49er hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo. Open man is born. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Incomplete. Intended for Kendrick Bourne.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Mike Hughes, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, Haywood!
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Focus, defense, focus.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Tighten up, tighten up.
Now Minshew on first and 10. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage. Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From the 30 on second down, Minshew. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Set DeValve, 30 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And an alley to run. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 65 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Fournette, a first down carry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emerson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3.
Hey, my 7. 5.
On 4th down, Minshew. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A give. This is Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 8.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Kill, kill, kill.
Following the interception, Cousins. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.